Okay, so this is my second video of the day. I wanted yesterday to do a video about my crafting haul I managed to get at a secondhand shop here in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. And I didn't want to run it in with the that troll doings with her lawsuits. So this is a separate one. If you don't know me, I'm Suzanne. I live in Costa Rica. I sometimes do videos about Costa Rica. Tomorrow I'm going to do a video about the 10 best places, unbelievable places you must see here in Costa Rica that don't involve the tourist hordes, because that's one thing for sure here is we definitely have a lot of tourists. It's a beautiful place. I don't blame them at all for coming for vacation here. That's what I did for some years before I moved here. But when you want to get away from it all and you want to experience nature and you don't want to be tripping over the tourists, I'm going to give you some suggestions for some of my favorite places to go when I need to get away. Not saying there won't be tourists there, but there won't be as many. Okay, so yesterday I went to the secondhand store here. It's very close to where I'm living. We go there once a week or so. And there could be weeks where you check and there's nothing going on there. And you're like, they got furniture, they got this and that, but nothing I like. And then there are days like yesterday where I walk in and it's like, give me the store. So yesterday, my poor husband was like, you spent that much money in there? He bought books. He's like, my books were only 500 colones each, which is roughly about 80 cents. Well, my things were a little more expensive than that, and most of them involved crafting, except that I did get one thing from my favorite hobby. This little Rooster Box. I don't know if it was originally supposed to be a salt cellar or a China sugar container, but I saw the mark on it and said, look, this is blue and white china. I don't know which manufacturer this is. My husband can tell you I have a china cabinet full of blue and white china. 90% of it is Staffordshire. There's a few pieces of blue willow mixed in that I got in Germany. There's some Russian china I have mixed in from the Lomonosov porcelain factory in Russia. They've been making porcelain for many years and they do beautiful blue and whites. So I was looking at this and I saw the mark on it. I wasn't really sure who that was. Okay. So I looked it up. It is a certain area of Russia where they do blue and white, and that's what they call it. I can't think of the name of it right now, but they do crazy amounts of blue and white. So when I got this home and I looked it up, I looked up what the dollar value was, and I looked up where it had come from in Russia, I was like blown away. I paid about a quarter of what it's actually worth. So anytime I can get collectibles from my blue and white china collection, I am over the moon. So I was over the moon before all that happened with our mutual friend, and so it has gotten kind of funny. The other thing I did was they had yarn in there. I had to laugh because it looks like it's yarn from either it's either France or it is from Quebec or somewhere like that, because it's all in French. The yarn is a pretty color, but that's not what was so, and there's a pattern with it, but that's not what was so amazing. When I got home, I didn't even realize this until I got it home. There is a stuffed dragon. There's a pattern for a dragon hat with a stuffed dragon on top. I'll probably use this yarn for something else, but this little stuffed dragon is going to appear somewhere in crafts, arts and crafts here. I'm going to use it for something. I just don't know what. And then the rest of my haul was pretty strange. My husband was like, what do you need these things for? I don't get it. It's like, shut up and take out your wallet. Corks. There are so many cork crafts, cool ones I've seen. that I've wanted to try, but I don't drink wine anymore. I used to drink wine. I could have collected my corks back then if I had any idea that you could use them for really neat arts and crafts. But blood pressure meds and wines don't mix. As much as I used to love to have a glass of white wine while I was cooking dinner. So to get a giant gallon Ziploc bag full of corks for like $2 was like unbelievable. Like, I'm going to do something. One of the sad realities of living in Costa Rica is the zippers. You can walk into the sewing stores and say, "Hey, I need zippers." I don't, I don't know what it is in Spanish right offhand. I'd have to look it up because a lot of times when I'm going to the sewing stores or where I'm buying the fabric, I write down what I need to ask for because after one time where I struggled to say needle to figure out what needle was because I'd broken all the needles for my Singer sewing machine, I needed new needles. So I'm in the habit of looking up and then writing down. One of the things that is really hard to obtain here are decent zippers. That is really one of the hardest things. I bought zippers here before at the sewing stores, the fabric stores, and they just haven't been very good quality. So to find an American zipper for very little was like score. Costa Rica has made me appreciate the bounty that we have in the United States of so many things. I was looking at making a drawing, painting, writing thing that somebody had showed me, a very poorly done one. And I actually said to my husband, I said, if only I had some type of way to very prettily differentiate the speech of the rabbit and the bear, it would be good. It would be much better. Well, bam! I found a stamp yesterday. It's roses and vines, but guess what it is going to be? Yep, it's going to be for that. So I'll show you that when I get it finished. Then I'm looking around going, I got this kit. It's for an arrow jewelry holder. I'm not going to make an arrow jewelry holder. I am going to take the arrow, but I'm going to do macrame on it. And I'm going to do a macrame hanging to put in my cabina. I've already done a couple of those for the guest house and for outside here and stuff. So this is going to get repurposed into macrame because I have no use for another jewelry holder. So what have I been up to lately? I have a ton of arts and crafts I've been up to lately, but primarily I am remaking. What do I mean by remaking? I have a ton of things I've started that I never finished that I'm working on right now. First, I had to finally finish this basket I made with a little handle to hang to put washcloths in the bathroom after they've been finished. See all the different colors? I did this. I found I had a bunch of fabric ends that I'd been saving to make a bag out of. I'd started on it. I never finished it. So bam! I finished it up, finally. I made myself do this. This was from Selvages. You see you've got the name of the fabric company and what the fabric what fabric thing it comes from. I love this one where it was dogs from Dia de Muerto, dog skeletons with sugar skulls. And all the colors used in it are little dog paw prints. I love that fabric. So I used all these selvages and I made this giant bag. This is going to be on those days when I go to town and I go to, say, the garden center. There's a shopping center here called the Garden Center. I'll go into the health food store and say, okay, I want a bottle of this supplement and that supplement. They give me a little bag in a little brown paper bag with the 2 bottles in. Then I go to the stationery store and buy 2 notebooks, a couple of pens. They give me a bag, a little brown paper bag. So now I'm juggling 2 brown paper bags. Then I'm going to go to the store where I can get embroidery thread and get a few things. Then stick my head down in the place where I can get, oodles of like rechargers, get accessories for my iPad and various things. I'll go in there. So when I'm done, I may be shuffling, juggling 3 or 4 little paper bags at that place. This is where this comes in. This is going to be my official shopping bag. When I go to Liberia, it's the same thing. Just being able to have a big bag in the car that I could shove all the different stuff I bought in, it would be good. It would be good. So therefore, nothing ends up all over the place like usual, per usual. So I've got a bunch of other things that I've been working on that I'm not complete yet on many of them, but I'm knocking them out. I can't tell you how many pieces of various quilts that I started that I found that I'm just throwing them and making those into table runners and the like. Some of these fabrics in this fabric in particular and this one are over 20 years old. That's how long ago I started working on something like this. So I don't have the binding quite put on this one yet, but I probably have 3 or 4 of these, all in like chicken prints, which happens to be what my kitchen is decorated in, that I'm working on right now, that I'm trying to finish up because, yeah, I'm tired of looking at this stuff. And here's the thing also, the thing I've been mostly doing lately is remodeling my kitchen. I'm not remodeling my kitchen. Rearranging the living room. We bought a 60-inch color TV, which was way too big for the cabinet we had the original television in before it died. So everything was just in a flux ever since then. We had to buy a big console table to put the TV on. Then we had to move the TV cabinet and figure out what we're going to do. We brought in this guy who was a cabinet maker who put shelves in, hardwood shelves, and he completely fixed the television cabinet up. So now it's a beautiful bookshelf. He made us another bookshelf. He repaired a couple other pieces of furniture. And then he went on to rewire our electrical box. He had trained as an electrician, it turns out. So I'm jumping for joy, but while he's doing all this stuff, guess what I had to do? I had to completely rearrange and scrub the living room this week. Because the console went here with the TV on it where the TV had been. Then we had this other thing we got to move and that. And I said, I'm moving the sofa here. Yeah, we're going to do that. And the chairs go here. And what are we doing about your desk? So it was a complete move around of everything in a scrub. I'm going to have to show you guys that in a few days. Yesterday, I had to do the same to the kitchen floor because, what date are we on? We're on the 4th. In about 4 or 5 days, my new kitchen island gets here. So I'm getting an island in the kitchen because it's huge, our kitchen, and there's this giant blank space that is the middle of the floor. I've tried to talk my husband into getting a dining room table there, but we have a dining room table outside, as he points. So there's that. We're going to redo that. I am super happy. I cannot tell you how happy I am. So big things, big changes happening here. And I didn't even know I could get collectible blue and white here. Oh my goodness. I had kind of thought my time for collections was gone. But you never know. So I'm going to be going there more often now. I got to keep my eyes peeled for this stuff. The blue and white. To get blue and white with the chicken on it? Oh my goodness, to go in my chickeny kitchen. That's what the former owners had decorated with, and I'm just kind of going with it rather than redoing. I'll redo the theme once we go into a full kitchen remodel, which isn't right now. Okay, you guys, I love you. Thank you for watching. I can't tell you how blissed out and crafty I am today. I'm here by myself, so it's going to be one of those days where I wash everything that can't be washed, and my husband is around, like the pillows on the bed and the like. And I go into my craft room and start finishing up all my things that I need to finish. Put these other things all away where they go. Open the kits and take a look and see what we got and what we're going to do with it. Have a wonderful and blessed evening.